guys, and welcome to Classic Rock and Country Music Facts and Trivia. We're on the rock and roll side today. Why Ray Charles resented Elvis Presley. Ever since he found fame cutting his first singles in Tennessee Sun Studios in 1954 in Memphis, Elvis Presley swiftly found himself deified as an icon of the 20th century pop culture, afforded the mantle king of rock and roll, joining the ranks of one of the biggest selling artists of all time. While no one disputes some authentic connection to the gospel and blues that filled his youth while growing up in Mississippi's predominantly poor and black Tupelo neighborhood, the dizzying success of the young white singer was caused frustration, at best among black community whose stars navigated a far more fraught road to fame. Quite happy to make his feelings known on the so-called king was the Georgian jazz and soul singer Ray Charles. Interviewed by NBC's Bob Costas in '94, Charles confessed some resentment at the adulation thrown at Presley. It wasn't that good to care about. I got in trouble because one guy asked me this question, and I said, "The king of what?" He got mad at me. I don't think of Elvis like that because I know too many artists that are far greater than Elvis. The merits of Presley's swift rise at barely 20 years old provokes a range of opinions among some of the black music's biggest names. Filmmaker and consultant of Baz Luhrmann's Elvis biopic, Nelson George interviewed several black individuals who grew up in the same Memphis area who all seemed to corroborate the view that he was an outlier as a young white kid, occasionally heading to the East Trigg Avenue Baptist Church to witness Reverend Herbert Brewster's stirring sermon at odds with the Jim Crows more of the era. B.B. King, too, expressed fond reverence for Elvis. First meeting in the studio early on in their career, and Presley later helping secure King shows. He offered a consolatory note in his 1996 autobiography, Blues All Around Me. Elvis didn't steal any music from anyone. He just had his own interpretation of the music he'd grown up on. Same is true for everyone. I think Elvis had integrity. Long before Chuck D spat the immortal barb, Elvis was a hero to most line from Public Enemy's Fight the Power, later lifted on Bob Vyland's equally belligerent Take That. Presley was already a dirty word in the music business. Little Richard, who also gripes with Pat Boone following his Tutti Frutti cover, was on record for suggesting their respective careers were amplified tenfold by their whiteness, telling the Rolling Stone in 1990. If I was white, I had been able to sit on top of the White House. A lot of things they would do for Elvis and Pat Boone they wouldn't do for me. Nobody harbored contempt for Presley as much as Roush's blues singer Big Mama Thornton. First recording Jay Leiber and Mike Stoller's Hound Dog, written especially for her. Lyrical lambast of exploitative men sold 500,000 as opposed to Presley's later millions. Thornton claiming to have received a check for $500 and nothing more. She would routinely preface her performances of Hound Dog with rebukes against the king on occasions, turning to her drummer and quipped, "This ain't no Elvis Presley song, son," before taking over and performing the rest of the song behind the kit. Presley had his talent, the moves, and the honest reverence for the blues and R&B that shaped him, but a racist middle America who saw the black man's music innately subversive and a threat to white mainstream values absolutely afforded Presley international stardom and cultural esteem his infinitely more talented black peers and pioneers only dreamed of. This conservatism that repackaged rock and roll's black foundations as plantable to whites would later find an eager recruit in Presley, alienated by the counterculture's social radicalism and playing the very white Las Vegas audience far removed from his appropriate heritage. Okay, I gotta put voice in here. First of all, music's music. Doesn't belong to any race. Doesn't belong to any culture. Granted, back in those days, white man had to push. I was back in them days. Can't help that's the way it was. And it shouldn't have been, but it was. But to say there were so many more people out there more talented than Elvis Presley, come on, give me a break. Elvis Presley had more talent in his little finger than most out there that I don't care what color you are. Guy was extremely talented. Past his talent, extremely kind, generous person who didn't see the color barrier either. That's my point. He didn't see the color barrier. B.B. King knew that. He helped these people out. B.B. King, I heard Sam Cooke once, And he was friends with, I mean, that's who his friends were for a long, long time. And it just blows my mind. And Ray Charles, I'm sorry, dude. You got where you got, and you did really good, and I don't think you should have any complaints at all. That's how I feel. I'm sorry. And how the white guy's the bad guy and the black guy's the victim, not anymore. Not anymore. There's only one race, and that's a human race, and God created us all equally. Thank you very much. And that's all I got to say about that. Probably shouldn't have said all that, and I'm probably going to get blasted in the comment section, but that's okay. I don't mind. I'm growing thicker skin the more I'm doing these videos. All I got for you, please subscribe if you don't mind. Please like this video. I'd appreciate it. Have a great day. God bless you. Yes, please comment. I'm praying for you.